So we got some polls coming in. Thank you guys for joining Gray America. My name is Leland, and this video is about some of the first polls to come in to see how Harris and Trump stack up. So far, it's so early, man. Doesn't it feel like everything's just moving so fast? But we're only got 105, 104 days to the election. So, I mean, things got to move fast. There's a lot of work that has to be done from here to then. But some of the first couple of polls are coming through. This is from Reuters. I'm going to put up on the screen here and we'll talk about it. But so far, it is looking good for Harris. Exclusive Harris leads Trump 44% to 42% in U.S. presidential race. Reuters Ipsos poll. Fine. So look at that. I mean, maybe this is all worth it. Maybe Joe, stepping down was the right thing to do. But right now, it looks like okay, she's up in the polls. That's pretty good. Now, I do want to talk about this because I don't really trust polls too much. There's been a lot of times that I've seen polls have a candidate way down and out, and the candidate does way better than expected. Do you remember the red wave in 2020? It was not a red wave. It was a red little drizzle. I think just overall on the left, there's more popular policy. There's more popular things that need to be done than on the right and what they're talking about. So far, it seems like this is a good move for the Dems. This is something that worked in their favor so far. So far, I'm still hesitant to jump on. Not saying I'm not going to support. I'm not just a super fan yet of it, right? It's still very new, still something to to watch. Her campaign speech did really well. I want to also, guys, talk about this because just being on the internet for a couple of hours, I saw a lot of people reporting that look at her crowd compares to Trump crowd, and they had like some picture of Trump like when he was like at his peak. And it's like, man, they had like 48 hours to come up with all this stuff. And they still needed a bigger venue today to hold everyone who wanted to go see VP's Harris thing. And then also, she's exploding on TikTok. Gen Z is the coconut tree, they're calling it, I think. So Gen Z is gravitating to her, which is really, really good. And then also, I got to think like, okay, if there is somebody who was 18 now in this presidential election, they was 14, 14, 13, watching the primaries. Yeah, so they are familiar with her, and may not care about any of her, previous things. And they just know she's in there. She has the experience. She can do the job. But what's happening is people are starting to dig and watch all this other stuff, and they're finding these videos of her dancing and having a good time and being young and youthful. They're not doing the Trump dance. She's dancing with Kirk Franklin on the stage. All that type of stuff definitely helps, and it's coming out. And you see in the polls, just the momentum has shift, and that's all thanks to Joe Biden. That's all thanks because President Biden decided to step out. I don't know how much pressure he got. I don't know if they showed him polls and it was just not looking good. But even Joe Biden knows you can't go by polls and that you can't go by these early numbers, because I mean, look how one thing happened, and for Biden with the debate and everything switched, right? Leading into that, I don't think it was like that. So now, guys, are we going to be seeing a debate soon between VP Harris and former loser Trump, President Donald Trump? Will we be seeing a debate soon? That's really when poll numbers are gonna be coming out like crazy after that first debate. Everyone's gonna be looking for viral moments. Everyone's gonna be looking for those moments that breaks the internet, that becomes that meme. Um, Trump is really good with the one-liners, with the zingers. I know you are, but what am I type of guy, right? He's really good with those little zingers. But she was a prosecutor, and I'm sure she's dealt with people like Trump before. He's really good at embarrassing people in front of a large audience. He's a bully. That's one of his perks. That's why some people like him, because he has this high school bully on the schoolyard kind of vibe about him, right? But it will be nice to see what happens, because I mean, you do have VP Harris, who had that great moment with Pence in the old debate. I'm speaking. I'm speaking. That will be great to see, actually, if Trump is going off and doing his thing and talking off the mic. Um, Before I end this video, and the whole point of this video was to show you that, hey, it's working. She's up in the polls. I do want to say, with everything that's going on, I'm really excited to see more of the clash between Kamala and Trump. I am excited to see them start throwing jabs at each other. As bad as it may sound, may not be good, for the country, but it's political entertainment. And I'm curious to see how Trump and them are going to handle attacking her. Will it be just policy, or will it be about her personality, or Trump is talking about her laughs and how she likes to laugh? I don't think that laughing thing, the laughing Kamala, is going to resonate with Gen Z. I think a lot of people are going to say, what's wrong with her laugh? That's how she laughs. What does that have to do with being a president? What does that have to do with, leading the country? Um, so it will be interesting to see. And then also, the next poll that I'm looking for is what the polls look like when Kamala chooses her VP. So depending on who she chooses for a VP, which right now looks like it's going to be it could be some older white dudes or some younger white dudes. I think everyone online was saying, Michelle Obama, this is the black job. Come get it. Come get it. You need to come get your black job. Because VP for that, I think honestly, that's the only woman that I can see being on the VP ticket with Kamala is Michelle Obama, but I know she doesn't want to do it. But everyone online is saying, like, come on, girl, come on, just one more time, just one more time. But that may not happen. I like Ben Shapiro from Pennsylvania for a couple of reasons. He's young. I think he has a certain grit to him. He doesn't take any crap. I think he's sharp as well. It would be great to see JD Vance and Shapiro in a debate, because these guys, now that JD Vance is the VP, I mean, he's going to be a part of our political scene for a while now. Get used to seeing JD Vance. And I think, if we can get Shapiro in there to clean his clock, then that kind of hurts him a little bit, right? But also, last thing before I go, guys, and this is so important. I try to keep these videos to around 10 minutes. I want you to get some quick news, get the information, do some digging, but then get the hell out of my house. Um, so one thing I want to say, no matter what happens in this election, the presidential election is so very important, but the House and Senate race is equally as important, right? We have three bodies of government, separate but equal. So that means that each of those elections are equally as important. The reason why real progress cannot get done in this country is because we on the left rarely get all three. And if we can get all three, Joe had all three for a hot second and got a lot done, right? He got more done in this one term than any president in two terms. So it's very important that not only do we fight for the president, but we fight for the Congress and we fight for the Senate. It's just important, guys. So when you're making your choices, just know when you go vote coming up in November, you got to go back in 2 years. Okay. And I will be there to say, go vote. It's just as important. Go vote. And I am happy to see that numbers in midterms have been going up. And I think the reason why people don't care about it so much because they have the name midterms, the midterm elections. It doesn't sound as important as the presidential race, the presidential elections, right? But they are so important. And if you really want to enact change, if you really want something to be done in this country, if whatever you care about and your person is the person to do it, you got to back them up. So if we do get VP Harris elected to President Harris, we got to come back and back her up. All right, guys. So she's up in the polls. Let's see what the hell happens. If you like content like this, like, subscribe, and share. I got 8 subscribers. What the hell? I need to get more. My first goal is 20. Can you guys help me get to 20? If you can get me to 20, my next goal is 50. After that, my next goal is 100. After 100, I'm taking over the damn world. Okay? It only take me and 100. We got it. My crew. We got it. So, all right, guys, like, subscribe, and share. Peace out. Talk to you soon.